This is the 7¼ inch gauge Silvercrest 1400 class tank loco. I'm just going to run you through the controls in the cab in a clockwise direction. This is the site feed lubricator, and the glass there is filled with brine, and the oil is stored in the tank under the footplate. The filler is there. As steam is admitted to the water tank, it displaces the oil, which you'll see rising through the brine in small drips. You just want about 1 drip a minute. You'll see, just as long as the chimney is oily, that will be sufficient, and it's controlled by this little valve here. You probably want it about half a turn open. And moving up, crosshead driven pump, that's the bypass for it. This is the steam brake valve, on and off. Water gauge blow down. On the turret, isolating valve for the brakes, which you would only turn off for boiler test. Isolating valve for the site feed lubricator system, which you would normally have on, but if you want to recharge the tank while you're in steam, you turn that off, and again turn it off for a boiler test. Whistle valve, injector steam valve, isolating valve for the steam operated drain cocks. Steam operated drain cock control valve, again closed and open. Or it might be open and closed, I can't see because of the sun. Regulator valve, you'll see when you open the regulator it moves this little valve here. This is the jockey valve that actually admits the oil from the lubrication system to the cylinder. So when the engine's coasting, you don't shut it right off, you put it to the coasting position, which still keeps the oil feed on, but the regulator's closed. And then right down shuts the oil off. Screw reverser, clockwise for forward. Injector water valve down there. I think that's all of it, pressure gauge. Oiling up before a run, moving around the engine from the back to the front. Lubricate the horn cheeks on the rear trailing boxes, and also let some oil run down the back to lubricate the bearing. Coupling rod bearings. Same for the horn cheeks on the main axle boxes, oil each side of those. And then under the boiler there's oil cups on the crossheads and the valve spindle guides, which need filling with oil, and then you need to oil the expansion links, and then looking backwards, that you won't be able to see on the video but you will see when you peer in, the eccentrics. So lubricate everything that moves with a nice thick straight oil, probably a straight 50 grade oil. And the oil tank for the cylinder lubricator, which I earlier pointed out is under the footplate, that needs to be drained and filled with superheater oil, steam oil. Before running, fill the side tanks with water completely up. There is a balance pipe, but it's quicker to fill them individually. Oh, and I forgot to talk about the hand pump. Hand pump's in the left-hand side tank with a removable handle. In order to light the fire, put charcoal, barbecue charcoal, broken to sizes about the size of that, soaked in paraffin overnight. Load the firebox till it's about 2 inches deep inside. So you'd be talking a decent handful, couple of handfuls of charcoal. To raise steam you need an electric powered blower, just a centrifugal fan that fits in the chimney. Just light this charcoal. It's easier to take the blower off just for a little while. Just while you put the burning charcoal in the box, because otherwise it might extinguish the flame with the draft. Okay, the fires are light. As soon as the charcoal's burning nicely, start to add some coal. This is Welsh steam coal, supplied by Signal Fuels, and it's bean size. Just sprinkle some all over the top of the charcoal. Give it a chance to light, and then as the fire builds, just add more every couple of minutes. Okay, 10 minutes have elapsed. We've got a nice bright coal fire, 30 pounds on the clock. You can open the engine steam blower now, take the electric blower off. Just let the pressure build gradually and continually feed the fire until you've got a nice deep fire. The pressure will build till the safety valves lift at 90. To use the injector, live steam injector, turn the water on about 3 or 4 turns, and slowly turn the steam valve on. And the injector is situated under the As you use the live steam injector, turn the water valve on, wait till there's a clear flow of water from the injector overflow, and slowly turn the steam valve on, and the injector will pick up. You'll hear it make a sort of chirruping noise, and that is feeding the boiler. Just to prove that the site feed lubricator is adjusted properly, we've run up and down for about 15 minutes and the chimney's just oily. It's not pouring out, but it's wet and oily. That's how it should be.